The story of the strange neighbor. In our quiet neighborhood, all the houses had open windows. From here came the smell of cake, and from there came the sound of children laughing. But there was one house that was completely different. The house of the strange neighbor. It was pale white, and its curtains were tightly shut all day long, even in the hottest times. Its wall was very high, as if it wanted to hide something behind it. I used to be very scared of this house. On my way to school, I would run fast every time I reached its door. I used to hear my mother whispering to my father, "This man is strange. No one knows what he does inside his house." And my father would reply, "Leave him alone, as long as he doesn't hurt anyone." But curiosity was eating my heart. Why does the strange neighbor never come out? Why don't we see any lights in his house at night? And why do blue clouds of smoke come out of his chimney every evening? One Friday, we were playing football at the end of the neighborhood. I was competing with my friend to score a goal. I kicked the ball very hard. Oh my, it flew high, very high, and then disappeared behind the white wall. My heart stopped for a moment. My friend said, "It's over. The ball is gone. We can't go in there." But that ball was my uncle's birthday gift. How could I go home without it? I decided to climb the wall. My heart was beating like a drum at a festival. I heard my friend's voice whispering from far away, "Don't let my mother know I left you. I'm running away." And so I was all alone. I climbed the wall slowly. My hand got a little scratched, but I managed to reach the top. I looked down into the garden, and what I saw made me almost scream. The garden wasn't scary as I had imagined. It was actually the strangest place I had ever seen. Imagine with me, a very long table with colorful glass pots on it, smelling of mint and thyme. Wooden cages that were empty with tiny swings inside, as if for dolls. And in the middle, a small pond with emerald green water and floating flowers on its surface. And on top of all that, my ball was floating above the pond. How did it get there? And suddenly, I heard a voice behind me. "Hello there, little one. I was waiting for you." I turned around quickly, and my heart almost jumped out of my chest. In front of me stood the strange neighbor, but he wasn't a ghost. He was a normal man, smiling. His beard was long, thick, and white, and his eyes shone with intelligence and kindness. He was wearing a blue apron with spots of oil and paint. I said with a trembling voice, "How did you know I was here?" A soft laugh came from his chest. "I know everything that happens in the neighborhood. I know you play football every Friday, that you're scared of my little dog when he barks, and that you love eating cheese with olives for breakfast." I was amazed. How does he know all of this when he never leaves his house? The neighbor continued, "Come, I'll show you something. Don't be afraid. I'm not strange. I'm just a man who loves peace and quiet." We entered a room behind the garden. It was a small laboratory. Inside it, strange machines with moving dials. Bottles of every color of the rainbow, with strange names written on them. Essence of wild mint, laughter oil, rainy cloud, and huge books in foreign languages. Here, I discovered the secret. The strange neighbor used to be a famous plant scientist. He traveled to many countries and collected rare seeds and plants from everywhere. But he grew tired of the noise of cities and the noise of people. So he decided to live in peace in our neighborhood and dedicate his life to one thing: making real toys for children. Not electronic toys, but toys that interact with nature. He said to me, rubbing his hands, "The blue smoke you see from a chimney? It's scented mist I send into the neighborhood every evening so you can all sleep peacefully. And the bubbles that come out of the roof? They are bubbles carrying happy messages that birds take to their nests." The neighbor took out a small wooden box from under the table, decorated with flowery drawings. He said, "This is a gift for every child who discovers my garden. But on one condition, you must not tell anyone what you saw until you grow up, because grown-ups don't believe in real toys." I opened the box. Inside was a tiny blue seed and a piece of paper that said, "Plant this seed in a pot near your window. Water it every morning with a new dream. You will see wonders." I took my ball and ran outside. But before I left, I turned to the neighbor and said, "I promise, I won't tell anyone." He gave me a wide smile and said, "Your promise is heard, little one. Come back whenever you want. The door is open for you, and only you." I went home quickly. I planted the blue seed in a small pot next to my window. And every morning, before going to school, I would tell a new dream to the soil. My ordinary dreams. I want to learn to ride a bike. I want to help my mother cook. I want to become an astronaut. After 1 week, a strange flower grew. I had never seen anything like it. Its petals changed color depending on my mood. If I was happy, they turned bright yellow. If I was sad, they turned dark blue. If I was scared, they turned purple. And the strangest thing was that its smell reminded me of the best memory from my day. From that day on, I stopped being afraid of the White House. And the strange neighbor became my secret friend. Every Thursday after school, I would go to him, and we would water the flowers together and make bubbles that fly to the houses of children who sleep early. I learned something beautiful. Not everyone who is different from us is strange. Maybe they're a scientist, hiding real toys, waiting for someone to discover them. And as for the grown-ups who called him strange, if they saw what I saw, they would change their minds. But they will never see it because they stopped dreaming.